Right then, my attempt at an introduction, first video, racing season begun. We're here at Croft, round 1, Roadsports, with the 750 Motor Club. We're qualifying this morning, and we got Scott first position in Group B, and then we've got Danny in third in the TT, third position in Group A, and then we've also got Brad, who's driving the RS3. He's 13th in Group A. They're just about to go out for the first race, so we're just waiting now in the assembly area. All cars lined up. Dry conditions. It was wet yesterday in testing, so very limited practice, but a bit of an eventful qualifying with the subframe cracking on the Golf. But nonetheless, it all got swapped out. It's all ready for the race. So yeah, we'll see how things go.
The second row on the inside is number 6, Dan Sylvester in the Audi TT. Beside him is 151 Colin Gillespie. Onto row 7, you get the 187 car of Brad Kaler, the Audi RS3. Next to him is Scott Parker in the Diesel. It should be a very interesting race in prospect. The safety car now pulls in, so it's down to Hampson to control the pace. Red lights on, they go out, and away we go for the first ECU Roadsports race of the season. And heading down towards the first corner, it's Hampson in the lead. Oh, but he takes a lot of curb there, and he spins, takes out Daniel Sylvester. He's going to rejoin the circuit.
That could have got a lot worse though. Daniel Sylvester there in the Audi TT really saved it quite well as he was sliding across the circuit. Luke Handley's not that far behind, then Josh Lawton in 6th, then Dan Sylvester in 7th. There can't be much more than a second between each of those cars, so it's very competitive indeed, the first 10 minutes of racing here in the Tigua Roadsports Series. That big curb hopping moments for a few drivers as they go through there. It looks like Daniel Sylvester's Audi TT didn't get too badly damaged in that first lap incident he was involved in.
Class B, that's being led by Scott Parkin. He's 8th over in 89.
Into the pits has come down Sylvester, and there's a tyre on the grass in front of us. So whether those two facts are related, I'm unsure. Festa might have come back out into the race, so I do wonder if that was his tyre we saw go adrift out of the complex.
It's 9 seconds behind Greensall, plus the 5-second penalty that will be added to the race time at the end of the race.
That's one of the cars with a 10-second longer pit stop as well, with the sequential gearbox, Jones and Gadsby pairing. Into the pit lane comes the Class B leader, Scott Parkin. Brakes late at the 60 km/h marker.
As we're watching here, the Audi come towards us. That's the Brad Kaler car, 187, and he's got a head now of 92, which was Andrew Rath that started that Seat Cupra that's just behind him. So another position made up there for Brad Kaler, number 187, who started 13th on the grid. He's now up inside, well, it'll actually be 5th, no, 6th, it is 6th position as things stand.
Just making their way through the complex, which is now under yellow flags because the Genetta's been off again. The G40, I think, now in the hands of Rob Fenwick. It's had it off in the Andrew Shepherd started Genetta G40. There it is, now with dust and grass pulling out the bottom of that car. New fastest lap, new lap record, I think, yes, for Dan Sylvester. Despite that, contact at the beginning, obviously a pit stop to change the tyre with Dan Sylvester, a new lap record, 1 minute 28.08 in his Audi TT TFSI. So a long way down the order, but that car's got good pace. Dan Sylvester, the fastest driver on the circuit. He's unlapping himself at the moment as he goes down towards Tower. Chris said it was raining a few minutes ago. The sun's out now. So the rain was nothing like we had on Monday. He's his way there through the S's. Managed to unlap himself against Brad Kaler, I think, recently. Driving 5th place. So that is a passing position. I think he goes up the inside of Robert Andrade. Behind him is, I think, pretty quickly going to get the Audi up ahead of the BMW Compact. Not an easy car to drive, that I wouldn't think, the Compact, with all that power, much more power than it was designed to have. But very well in the first part by Ian Jones. There's Sylvester, who I suspect is ahead now and into 13th position. Yes, he is.
Scott Parkin, he's got 5 now. I'm not sure if he had before, but I don't think that's going to cost him the Class B lead. He's 7th overall and quite a long way ahead of Liam Crilly in the BMW Z4 Coupe, who's 2nd in that class.
here then is James Collins versus Brad Kaler, with Dan Sylvester between them, a lap behind. They head here down towards Clairvaux. More cars that will be battling it out tomorrow. James Collins has done a good job here. Again, only a couple of seconds a lap slower than Nigel Green. So he lets Sylvester go, so that means Kaler's going to be right behind him. At the end of the day, I guess this doesn't really matter if Kaler gets through, but it's good to see them side by side heading up towards Tower Corner. Nevertheless, is Kaler going to find a way past here?
I think it probably is. As Nigel Green's always saying, the priority for James is to get the signature release licence having finished the race. So I think it'd be wise not to defend too hard and risk accident to touch and go. So the win on the road goes to Carl Swift, but it will be in fact Will Beach and Mark Rice that will be classified as the winner, because they don't have the 15 seconds penalty that Rob Baker and Carl Swift do. So then I think Luke Hamby's going to cross the line now in third place. It will be third place.
Brad Kaler dived up the inside of James Collins at the final corner. So he did get past him on the road, but only just. Here into the final corner comes Scott Parkin. So again, he's got a penalty, but unlike the overall leader, he's got a big enough gap. So here comes Scott Parkin in the Darkside TDI Golf to win Class B, as he takes the checkered flag now.
Does indeed. So Scott Parkin then our Class B winner, and he finishes in 7th place overall.
Very good race, just fine. Moving on to Class B, in third place with his Honda Civic, it was John Monday. Second place in the BMW Z4 was Liam Trilling. And taking the win was Scott Parkin.
Nice. Bit of damage to show you from today. Front subframe from the Golf, and that's quite the crack. I believe that was from qualifying, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was from qualifying. Scott got on the radio and mentioned quite quickly the front was feeling, well, not right, and that's what we found. And moving on, that is what's left of Danny DC2's tyre from the first race. A minor collision on the first corner, a couple laps later, and yeah, half the tyres left it. So yeah, early pit stop, new tyre, and away he went again. But yeah, brand new A52, no more. So eventful first race in Roadsports at Croft. Good start. Scott came first in Group B, so first win. We'll keep that up. Danny, unfortunately, bit of a collision first corner, led to him falling down to P12. So P12 finish, P9 in his group, so Group A, but he did get the lap record, so I think he's somewhat happy about that, but he's looking for more today. We had Brad take 4th in the TCR, so really good for him in the Group A, so we'll see how he does today. But yeah, we'll see how they get on.
Yes, the first round of the 2023 season for the Takiwa Club Enduro Championship is shortly to get underway here at Croft, a 2-hour race ahead of us. The second row on the inside is going to be number 14, that's going to be Adam Bessel starting the Ginetta, besides number 6, which will be started by Dylan Brichter in the Audi TT. On the 7th row, it's going to be number 22 on the inside. That's Luke Browse in the BMW, and 89 Scott Parkin, our Class B pole position car in the Volkswagen Golf TDI, the diesel car. So safety car pulls in. It's the number 1 car started by Carl Swift on pole position. Besides him is number 27 Mark Bryce. The red lights go out and 2 hours of racing underway at Croft Circuit for the Tequila Club Enduro Championship. Started by Dylan Richter in 3rd position, the Audi TT, having got ahead of the Ginetta, piloted by Adam Best.
Because the 2nd place, a big challenge from him in the TT, all over the back of the champion, Carl Swift. Right on board with the Audi driver now, the Darkside Developments Audi TT. The leader's off, the leader is off the road, so that is Mark Bryce in the Sayers, gone straight on down there at Sunny.
Fortunately for Mark Bryce, he avoided that. So, end of lap 1 is going to be 2 VAG group cars, 1st and 2nd, and it's going to be Dylan Richter that's going to have the lead, I think, as they go over the line at the end of the 1st lap. Yes, he does, so the Audi gets ahead of the Golf of Carl Swift. That goes down to 2nd, it's the Ginetta in 3rd.
Yeah, Class B leader there, Scott Parkin, only just ahead of Chris Plaskett in the Class B specification, Area Motorsport, Volkswagen Golf.
Of course, Scott only did a handful of laps in the qualifying this morning before deciding to park it, thinking that he had done enough.
Six of them, they're separated by less than ever, I think, as they come into the complex this time. Dylan Procetta, who was quick in the early stages, is no longer able to get away. Here comes Will Stacey right round the outside of Joel Oswick. He's got to be careful here because he knows Oswick got sideways a lap ago.
And the change for the lead, in fact, as they come down there. Will Stacey, around the outside into the complex, has got ahead of Dylan Richter there. Yeah, so safety car out with 23 minutes of the race having gone. It is going to pick up the leaders. Well, it's actually just picked up one of the back markers ahead, or 1 or 2 back markers ahead of the leaders. Safety car peels in, and Will Stacey does have that advantage of that Type R behind him, and that is proving quite crucial because it didn't want to get away particularly quickly, and it's side by side for 2nd place then as they go over the start line at the restart. And is it going to be Joel Oswick that gets through into 2nd place down at Clervaux Corner? Not quite. It is still the Audi TT ahead of Dylan Richter, but that was a close run thing.
Park, the Class B leader's just done a best lap of the race within his class, 1:31.34, quite as quick as we've seen in the past. In the race, he's only been half a second quicker than Chris Plaskett, not as big gap as there was in qualifying. Sort the problem out in the cockpit. Here's the battle for second place. Joel Oswick's in a lot of the back of the Audi TT over the last few laps. Ian, he can't find a way through as of yet. Sits just behind the BMW there is the Class B leader. He's now up to 11th position, Scott Parkin in the Volkswagen Golf TDI, and has made a 12-second gap over Chris Plaskett's Volkswagen Golf GTI.
Car is heading off onto Tower, and we're heading off into the pit. And hold on 1 second, there's a car that's massively locked up, and it is the Luke Rouse car that has locked up and is off the circuit at Tower. We do indeed have the safety car out for the second time in this race. That is because the Luke Rouse car is off at Tower Corner and needs to be recovered. Anyway, safety car's coming in. Race about to get underway, and the green flag waves once again with 51 minutes of the race remaining, and it's Carl Swift heading down to the first corner.
The cars across the line now are two leaders who have pitted, and that was Dan Sylvester on board now, goes down the inside of Will Beach, so it's not for the lead for the race at the moment, but it could be later on. He hops over the curves and he goes through. Dan Sylvester's absolutely flying in the Audi TT on this restart. He took the last lap yesterday in Roadsports. So he knows he needs to get on with this because not that far behind is Will Stacey, who's been so quick over the course of this. And his teammate, Dan Sylvester's teammate, Darkside Motorsport, the Audi RS3, is trying to hold Will Stacey off at the moment to keep him at bay. But on that lap, Sylvester does the fastest lap of the race, so 1:27.70 for the Audi TT TFSI. Stacey has just set the fastest lap of the race, a 1 minute 27.64, and he's currently 5 seconds behind Dan Sylvester. They are the two quickest cars out there, and potentially, when their cycle's out, that will be the battle which becomes for the lead of the race. After the pit stop, so I think in Class B, Chris Plaskett is ahead of Scott Parkin. Assuming Chris Plaskett has made that pit stop.
Well, he's showing in 7th place overall, so I question that. But we will see how that all pans out.
Where that car is in relation to these cars heading through Tower Corner now.
Luke Handley will take over the lead in the race. Brad Taylor made his stop a few moments ago. Is he still in the pit stop still? Yes, he is. But he'll be back out shortly.
Getting busy, here comes Stacey up the inside of Sylvester. This is for basically, we think, the lead of the race. And through Barcroft, are we going to see a Lotus ahead? Just about. So through goes Will Stacey in traffic there into Barcroft, a bold move. But now he's going to have that BMW M4 ahead.
There is the 6th car, Dylan Briggs and Dan Sylvester. Dan Sylvester was at the wheel of the car. They reckon it's a drive shaft issue, so that brings their chances very much to an end in this race. Looks like they're going to try and get the car back out into the race, but it's obviously not going to be challenging for positions. In 5th place is number 87, Brad Kaler in the Audi RS3. In 6th place is number 91, Chris Plaskett in the Golf GTI leading Class B. Ahead of 7th place number 89, Scott Parkin in the Golf TDI. 8th place on the screen at the moment is Dan Sylvester, but he'll drop down the order. That will promote James Collins and Nigel Green, still car number 40 up to 9th place.
Danny Sylvester, the car in the pit lane, not on the track where you want it to be. What's happened?
I just come around the last corner there. I think I was in P2 and just bang from the gearbox or drive shaft or something like that. So,
whoa.
Yeah, something's let go. It's a shame because the car's been really strong. all weekend in testing in Roadsports yesterday as well, and yeah, I think we were on for a good result, but unfortunately had a mechanical failure by the looks. So.
Yeah, of course, we were running in a very competitive position before that happened, and some really strong pace in the Roadsports yesterday, so it must bode well for the rest of the season.
Yeah, for the car. I'm not going to do every round. I'm just filling in for Ryan Parkin. Hello, Ryan, this weekend. So, yeah, Ryan, the car's got pace, but yeah, it's a shame. Looks like something mechanical let us down, but it's very rare for one of these cars to do that, but sometimes it does happen, so.
Now, of course, a YouTube sensation, so is this going to make the channel?
It's good for content, this, isn't it? At the end of the day, I'd prefer to be having the car's first trophy though, but yeah, it'll be good for the channel maybe. So.
And what else can we expect to see you in this year?
So I'm still racing MR2s this year, and also racing the 750 hot hatch as well, both 750 things. So yeah, you'll see me in them all year for the season.
Cool, great stuff. We look forward to seeing you out in those.
Cool, thank you.
Green flag is waved in and the race gets back underway with a gap of 2.8 seconds between Stacey and Beach. And then Cole Swift on the restart had to wait for a Class C car, so it's dropped to 5 seconds or so. Here are the Class B leaders though, so this I think will be the battle to watch in these final 20 minutes. There is Scott Parkin. Just ahead is Chris Plaskett. So these two Volkswagens, as it's busy at Tower, as Will Beach goes around the outside with about 3 cars there, I think, and has passed them all. So he can now set off after this car, the race leader, which is the Lotus Elise of Will Stacey. Just headed through Barford corner. There in second position is Beach, still with that R2 hanging off the left-hand corner. Meanwhile, the car that was third in Class B, Ben Hansey, is in the gravel.
And also, actually, there's 2 cars there, because the Michael Downey car is there as well.
Who was 4th in Class B, so that's 3rd and 4th in Class B. I think they're the only cars left in the class that are both in the gravel, so the safety car comes out again.
Best lap in Class B. It's got Scott Parkin, I think, a 1:30.49. That's also a lap record, 300th faster than Chris Freeman's lap record last year. And 4th will go the way, actually, of Brad Cayley, because Luke Handley is going to be 4th on the road. He's going to have a 5-second penalty. He's not going to finish ahead, 5 seconds ahead of the Cayley and Richter Audi. So 4th to the Audi, 5th to the Golf. Then winning Class B across the line there goes the number 89 car of Scott Parkin, winning Class B by only 1.7 seconds, so Diesel Golf beating petrol.
And talk to our Class B winner, Scott Parkin. Well, you were very confident in qualifying, and the confidence continues, I guess.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done because Plaskett were just behind me. Well, I think we had about a 12-second lead, then there were safety car bunched us back up. He pitted, then there were another safety car, then I pitted after that. Came out expecting to be back in the lead, and Ruben said on the radio that he was 12 seconds ahead. I'm like, right, how's that happened? You know, I'm pretty sure I've not gone that slow in the pits, so had that to make up. Then another safety car bunched us up, but I were probably a few seconds away from him at that point anyway. And then I got lucky at the restart. He got held up in the chicane, so managed to get round him. And then it was just a case of controlling the pace. But I just walked round the other side of the car, and the front left tyre's flat. So I think the race ended just at the right time. So yeah, pretty happy. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think I got the lap record as well. So only by maybe 0.05 seconds. But yeah, I'll be happy if I get that as well.
Awesome. I mean, this sounds like a great start to a championship bid as well. Of course, you were in the B cars last year, very competitive there. So do you think we can make the difference this year? Yeah,
I hope so. We've started as we mean to go on. Last year, we were doing really well in the first race and then had engine trouble. So the idea behind all last season was just getting this reliable. We knew we were going to struggle for the championship, and we came 2 points away from it in the end. So yeah, if we keep this reliability, we'll see what happens. But I think this new safety car rule is going to mix it up a little bit, because the 30, 20 and 10-second penalties for first, second and third used to be pretty neutralised with the safety car. Now that's not quite the same, so I think it's going to be a bit difficult, so we'll see.
Lots to look forward to in future races. Scott, congratulations to you and the Darkside team. A fantastic job.
Right, so end to round one at Croft. Club Enduro today, 2-hour race. Was going really well. Dylan started the stint and was holding good position, well on the pace, so was doing really well. Then Danny took over for the second stint, and yeah, same again, keeping the pace. Was probably due a second place finish, but unfortunately the drive shaft pushing on the gearbox side decided it didn't want to be part of the car anymore, so that failed, and the car had to retire. So really unfortunate end to their race, but like I said, it was looking like a P2 at the end of the day. Brad in the RS3 did really well, P4 I believe, so really good for him the first time in the RS3. Slight off into the gravel, but it's fine, that's racing, not all, and a little bit of contact by the looks of things. Not a bad end to the weekend. Scott coming P1, punctured to finish the race. Still brought it home in first, but brand new tyre, no more. But yeah, Scott had a really good race, pretty much dominated the whole thing. No, the Golf was faultless, performed really well. That's the good news to up and down weekend. Time to get the cars loaded and get the T2 fixed, ready for Anglesey round 2. See you then.